If you're investing for the long run, you've probably heard about GuruFocus, the platform promising to help you pick winners and avoid value traps. But is it really that powerful, or just another overhyped stock tool? Well, I signed up, I tested it hands-on, and I uncovered what most reviews skip. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly who GuruFocus is for, and whether or not it's worth your money and time. But before I even created an account to test it out, I went straight to the reviews to look at those, and not the fluffy 5-star ones that are just all, sunshine and rainbows, but the kind of feedback that usually exposes what no one really wants to tell you about, the not so great experiences. And I've learned from experience that if there's something shady going on, you'll usually see it in the 1-star section first. And while I was digging through GuruFocus reviews, one of these reviews in particular caught my eye, so I just want to show it to you. He said they make it almost impossible to cancel the free trial. Then, even after he canceled, he kept getting emails that he couldn't unsubscribe from. That's definitely not great. So he said it felt that they were doing everything possible to keep his money, even if he didn't want the service anymore, and they just held on to it. Now, let me be real, that kind of thing would definitely turn off just about anyone. So I wanted to look deeper into this situation. So it turns out that GuruFocus actually replied to that GuruFocus review. So they've been around for 20 years, and they said that canceling is simple. So you can call, chat during business hours, or open a support ticket anytime, which gets resolved usually within 24 hours or so. And as for the email thing, they admitted there was a bug in the system, and they said that they just then fixed it. I appreciate that kind of transparency. Usually here or there can be issues, but it's good when they have that kind of open communication, so make sure that you can trust them. Stuff like this happens. The real question is how a company handles it. And in this case, it seems like they owned the mistake and worked to fix it. And on the flip side of that, a lot of users in the reviews are actually getting real edge from the platform. Here's one longtime user who said that he's been with GuruFocus for 3 years now. He called the premium membership a great value and said the site gives him pretty much everything he needs. All right, here's another user who said that the platform is always reliable and always improving. What stood out was that he said that they actually listen to customer feedback and communicate and do their best to respond. So that kind of thing isn't actually always easy to find in finance tools. And with a 4.4 out of 5-star average rating, you can't ignore the bigger picture here either. No tool is perfect, but the overwhelming majority of users here seem to trust it and get a lot of benefit from it. And I clarified that from looking through many of the other reviews. But now I wasn't just going to take anyone's word for it. I actually wanted to see for myself. So I signed up, I got my hands dirty, and I used the platform myself to see what it really offered. And here's where it started getting interesting. So the first thing that jumped out to me is the stock summary pages, right? It's like a dashboard for every company showing everything from profitability and growth to valuation and insider activity, and it just has everything kind of in that one place for you to look at. And what I liked most about it is that it doesn't just dump the data on you. It organizes it in a way that, actually makes sense. There's interactive charts, historical data going back decades, and Guru and insider trades all in one place. So that means when I'm analyzing a company, I'm not flipping between 5 different tools. I get just the full picture right there, and I can switch between the different things just to see, what this analyst might say, what this insider might be doing. But all right, then I want to talk about the GF score. Not girlfriend, you'll see. This thing's actually a game changer. So every company is rated for quality, value, growth, and momentum using this composite metric. It's like a one-glance rating that tells you whether a stock deserves more of your time or not, and you could just throw it to the side. So this is the feature that I didn't know I needed. So it just quickly shows me whether a stock is even worth diving into. And it's not just a random number that it gives you. It's built from hundreds of financial and technical metrics. The kind of stuff that takes hours to compile manually for yourself. Now, if you've ever followed big-name investors, this next part will excite you. So GuruFocus actually tracks what top investing gurus are buying and selling. So yeah, people like Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, and other hedge fund giants, you can see their latest moves, get updates on their portfolios, and even learn what industries they're shifting into. This isn't just cool, it's really useful. Because sometimes, the best investment idea isn't your own, it's someone else's, an expert who's already spent their entire life in this industry. You just need to be able to spot their moves early on, and if you want, you can copy them. And speaking of that, insider data is another tool I didn't realize I needed. So GuruFocus shows the gurus, but it also shows insider trades, meaning what the actual executives and directors of companies are doing with their shares, buying, selling, holding. If the CFO of a company is dumping their shares in the company, I want to know about it. And this tool gives me that heads up. But that's not even all. The stock screener here is next level. I've used plenty of these before, but GuruFocus lets you filter stocks with criteria that actually matter to long-term investors. So want companies with high return on equity, low debt, predictable cash flow, and insider buying? Done. Any complicated kind of combinations of things, you can do easily. Trying to find hidden gems with consistent dividend growth? Easy. Unlike other platforms that just give you the usual market cap, PE ratio, and basic filters, GuruFocus gives you kind of the full buffet here. It's tailored to value investors, not traders. And I think that's the main difference between this and platforms like TradingView or Benzinga. TradingView is a great charting tool. I've used it for years when I needed technical analysis. Benzinga is fast-paced, news-heavy, and perfect for event-driven traders. But I don't think either of them really go deep into a company's fundamentals the way that GuruFocus does, right? So where GuruFocus shines is in helping you understand the why behind the numbers, and it gives you plenty of numbers, but also plenty of why. Not just like the trends on the chart, but the story behind the business, the people behind it, the insiders, the gurus, the story, the fundamentals, the technicals, all of it. They've even added some slick upgrades recently, like a DuPont analysis chart, a dark mode, which is always great, a Guru AI chatbot, and brokerage portfolio integration. I especially like the interactive chart stock events and earnings call transcripts. That saves me from going down a YouTube rabbit hole just to find a quarterly earnings summary and listening to a really long call and wasting all that time. All right, and the community. So they host value investing live events and member meetings. So it's not even just a data platform, it's a learning hub, and you get to communicate with the rest of the community that's involved. You can connect with other users, ask questions, even chat with really experienced traders and investors, which is rare. Most tools are solo journeys and you don't get to connect with other people like this. If you're a serious long-term investor or you want to start investing with a smarter edge, this platform gives you, I think, everything you need in one place. But I have to say this, is GuruFocus perfect? No, not quite. When I first logged in, I'll admit I was a little bit overwhelmed. There's just a lot of data, and if you're new to fundamental analysis, the learning curve is real. It's not just one of those platforms you can master in 10 minutes. Maybe 10 days or 10 hours, depends on you. But it's actually not even trying to be that kind of simple platform. GuruFocus is built for serious traders and serious investors looking to stay in it for the long term. If you're the kind of person who enjoys diving into annual reports, studying cash flow, or figuring out whether a company is actually undervalued, and if you're looking to invest in them for the long term, then I think this is your playground. And you can do some trading if you want, but it's really for the long-term investors. So yeah, it does take a bit to get used to, but after a few sessions, it started clicking for me, and now I can't imagine researching a stock without it. So what is all of this going to cost you? Well, in all honesty, GuruFocus is not a free tool, but it's not trying to be, and I wouldn't even want it to be. For what you're getting, the depth of data, the guru tracking, the smart screeners, I'd say it's reasonably priced, especially if you're someone who's managing your own portfolio and wants to make smarter decisions. Now, if you're a casual investor who only checks your stocks every few months, it might feel like a premium tool, but that's kind of the point. This platform is designed for people who want to invest, like pros, not hobbyists, maybe even not traders. I've included a link in the description that takes you straight to their latest pricing plan and any current discounts they're running, so make sure to check that out and see if it's for you. So, is GuruFocus reliable for long-term investing? From what I've seen, yeah, definitely. If you're serious about research and you want to make data-driven decisions instead of gut guesses, this can be for you. But it's not for everyone. If you're a passive investor or just dabbling, it might feel like too much. If you want to explore it for yourself, I've added a special link in the description with current pricing and promos. It might just be the tool that you didn't know you needed, so check it out.